Do you know where your food comes from?
No, not all of it. I don't want to
Not all of it?
I don't want to know all of it.
You don't? Why don't you want to know? If it's not good enough for your eyes, it's not good enough for your stomach, though. You need to remember that.
You're probably right.
Definitely am. Have a good Christmas. Do you know what that is there? Yeah?
They're gassing them.
They're gassing them, yeah. Have you seen this footage before?
Never.
No?
It's not too bad.
First time seeing it? Yeah. What's your first feeling? The first time is always repulsion, yeah. Doesn't make you hungry, does it? No. Yeah. Why do you think you've never seen that before?
Oh, I know why. I've never seen it before.
Why?
It's too shocking.
Yeah. It's very well hidden, isn't it, from people, from consumers?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because if they showed it to us, our reaction would be, I don't want to eat it.
Eat the meat.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. Does anything inside you still say that this is a normal thing for human beings to do and put in their bodies?
Well, I know one thing is that we wouldn't have made it out of Africa originally if we hadn't eaten meat.
Yeah.
But the thing now is we don't need to.
We don't need to, exactly. We're not in Africa, we're in a city with supermarkets and we have options, don't we? Yeah.
Exactly right. So,
yeah.
And we can't keep eating meat anyway because it's just too bad for the environment.
It's shocking for the
Can't
environment.
feed everybody on meat.
That's right, yeah. So
I
you've...
already know these things.
Oh, good. Have you seen a documentary, Cowspiracy, perhaps?
Yeah, I know of it, but not seen it.
Okay, so that's a really good one to have a look at. It goes into the environmental aspect of our food choices. In terms of the health impact of eating animals, great documentary on Netflix called What the Health.
Okay. What the hell?
What the Health, yeah.
I'll have a look for it when I get home.
Yeah, now that you've seen what actually goes on in the industry to produce animal products, ethically, we can't really justify it, can we? Do you think?
Yeah, I know, but there's a lot of people in the world depend on animals for protein. And to change that, you can't do it overnight.
We can't do it overnight, but we can each change individually overnight. We don't have to worry about the whole world. We can just worry about what we're doing individually. True. And we can get protein in all plant foods.
Then cut down on the amount of meat.
Yeah, cut down or eliminate.
I'm not sure if eliminating it completely is the answer.
So just a little bit of this, what you saw tonight, is
I mean,
okay?
more in the sense of raise it yourself, kill it yourself, like I think chickens or something like
Does
that.
that make a difference, do you think, ethically?
It does when you have to do the killing yourself.
Right. Does it make a difference to the animal, do you think? If
No,
they're
it
having
doesn't.
if they're having their throat slit by you or someone else in a slaughterhouse, it's the same thing to them, right?
It's the same thing to them.
Yeah. So can we, morally, can we justify doing that when we don't need to?
This is the big question.
Is it a big question, or does your heart tell you straight away? Because your first reaction to seeing this was, no way, this is repulsive, it's disgusting, I don't want to be part of it.
Yeah.
Your heart tells you, doesn't it? Yeah. So if we don't need to do it, it's better for us, and we can just let the animals live their lives and we can get everything we need from plant foods. To me, it's a no-brainer. Yeah.
Yes, okay. Maybe it takes more convincing for other people. What about things like eggs, cheese?
Yep.
Yogurt, that sort of thing.
Yeah, so every product that comes from animals, are you getting wet there? I'm trying to cover
it's
you.
all right.
Every product that's produced by an animal goes through a horrific process of, they all end up in the slaughterhouse. So even eventually, even dairy products, right? Do you know about the dairy industry at all?
Yeah, I know. They keep the cows essentially pregnant the whole time. So
Exactly. Yeah, and they have to take the babies away from the mothers so that we can still her milk. And so they repeat this cycle for 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 years, and then she's just spent. So eventually she ends up right there at the slaughterhouse, and usually when she's slaughtered, she's also heavily pregnant. So they will slit her throat and cut up her belly and take out the baby. So that's dairy for you. Baby cows, the calves, 700,000 a year are slaughtered in Australia. Sometimes with a blunt object. It's actually legal to kill a baby calf with a blunt object. Just smack them on the head with a hammer. Some of them are raised as bobby calves, veal calves.
The veal.
Yep, and then others are just sent straight to the slaughterhouse. With eggs, baby male chicks are deemed useless to the egg industry because they're not profitable, just like baby male calves aren't profitable to the dairy industry. They can't produce anything of value to the industry, basically. So they are ground up alive on their first day of birth. They're literally put in a grinder or suffocated to death, put in a big garbage bag, tied up. So, or even the egg-laying hens, they end up being slaughtered for their meat. Every animal. That's why, I was vegetarian for a while, because I thought, well, I don't want to kill animals, I don't want to eat meat, fine. I didn't know about dairy and eggs. Once I found out that the animals that produce dairy and eggs are killed for their meat just as meat animals are, so what's the point of being vegetarian? I'm still responsible for the death of these animals. I still have blood on my hands. So the only way is to not eat animal products at all and to choose a vegan lifestyle, a plant-based diet. Yeah. Now you can work towards that, sure, but you have to be aware that every time you buy an animal product, you're paying directly for what you just saw. I can't justify that, even if it's just a little bit. Well, if I put myself in that pig's shoes, for example, or the chicken shoes or the cow shoes, I'd be saying, great buddy, you didn't eat 10 animals this week, but you still ate one, and that one is me. Do you know what I mean? If we put ourselves as the victim, which is kind of hard to do sometimes, isn't it? Because we're not chickens, and we're not pigs, and we're not cows.
Actually, the thing is, when I'm seeing some of the footage there of the pigs, I actually did think, what if they were people?
There you go. There you go. And I mean, if you think about it, they're brought in on trucks, and they're put in the gas chambers and lowered into a gas chamber to be killed. Does that remind you of anything? It does, doesn't it? Yeah, so shocking to know that actually a lot of the Holocaust was based on animal agriculture practices. They learned a lot about how to systematically kill humans from killing animals. That's what it's based on. So yeah, it's not too far of a stretch to put ourselves as humans in the victim's position, is it?
Here's something for you.
Yeah.
What if intelligent aliens invaded us?
Yeah.
They decided that they were going to use us the same way as animals.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. What's the question?
Yeah.
The question is, would you want that to be done to you? Absolutely not.
What happens when we develop some sort of resort in North Queensland? We have to clear a whole pile of wilderness, or a whole pile of area to put up buildings.
Yep. Yep.
What about pushing animals outside of their habitat in order to grow crops to feed people?
Yeah, look, the thing
We're going to
is...
be killing them anyway.
Yeah, but...
Unfortunately.
That's true, but it's not about being perfect, and it's not about, just because we can't do everything, that we shouldn't do something. We shouldn't do the
You're
least
right.
we can do is decide what we put in our mouth 3 times a day. That's the easiest, that's the baseline. There are things like, we have to fly in planes, and we have to drive on the road there that has animal products in the tyres. Your bike tyre here has animal products. I am a cyclist too, and I'm aware that my products have animal, byproducts in them. But there's a few things there. First of all, the byproducts are coming from the animal agriculture industry. So the less we consume animals, the less byproducts they will have to use in those other areas. And also, once again, there are things that are beyond our control. Just living as human beings on this planet, we are going to harm other species and kill other animals just by existing. But we have control over what we eat 3 times a day. And 98% of abuse, exploitation and violence to animals happens in the food industry, and that's what we can control. So we kind of think, well, deal with the big stuff, and the little things we can work out later on. But as a species, we have to realise that there's no need to kill trillions of animals a year for food. That's the baseline. Yeah?
Yeah.
Your mind's ticking over.
Oh, it started ticking over
It's done.
a while ago.
That's good.
Seeing that makes sense.
Yeah. Let's face it, we're not shown this by industry. We're not taught this in school. Our parents didn't show us this. And so we get to adult age and all of a sudden we're walking down the street and we see this for the first time, and it's shocking because we don't know, and we're participating in something that we don't really know about until later on in life, usually. The young kids now, they're on social media, they see it earlier, but it takes this conditioning of the mind, sort of needs to start cracking open a little bit and letting the truth flood in. It's a very strong system that has kept it away from us for a long time. Yeah. But good on you for watching.
Thank you for standing out in the rain and spreading the message.
For the animals, it's the least we can do. There's a great website, challenge22.com. It's a free program. You sign up with a mentor for 22 days, you follow a plant-based diet, and they support you the whole way. Any questions you have, any support you need, recipes, any problems, it's totally free, and someone helps you every step of the way for 22 days. So it's a great way to just give it a go. And it takes about 21 days to change a habit. So by 22 days, you've got it down pat.
Yeah.
Challenge 22.
3 weeks to change a habit.
Exactly. Challenge22.com. Lovely. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a great
What's your
Christmas.
name?
Natasha.
Natasha, I'm Neil. How do you do?
Lovely, Neil. Thank you so much. Love to talking to you. Bye-bye.